Welcome to Interiors by Style. My name is Božica. I'm qualified interior designer and color specialist. In this video vlog, we are going to review another Dulux paint color. It is called Center Dust. So this is absolutely stunning color and it goes really well with the current trend that we have, and it is a neutral, so it is very important for us to see what undertone is popping through. So let's have a look. Let's compare it to the pure white that we have, and when we have a look we can definitely see that this is a taupe with a violet undertone. There's a lot of violet coming through in this color. Now, when we think about the violet undertone, it's a very flexible undertone. It works really well with all the other undertones. So, for example, if you have a rug in your bedroom that has violet undertone, it is fine. You can introduce one more undertone if you are working with neutrals, and it would work really well. My best advice would be, let's say, to find a rug that has your favorite undertone but also repeat this violet undertone, or you can repeat it through a cushion. Just bring it one more time into your space. Don't just leave it like that and ignore it. Now, when it comes to whites, this particular color would be best paired up with your pure whites because it creates that lovely contrast, and it also stops introducing any other undertones. So I would really stick with crisp whites. When it comes to LRV for this particular color, it's 38. So very important to know, because that particular number belongs into a group from 40 to 55, which is telling us that this color should be only applied in one room. It has a lot of depth, and it's not a very light color to be painted in your open space living. It will make a room feel darker. So I would definitely use it for bedrooms. However, by saying all this, if you want to create that moody living room, you can do that. Now, it's really, when it comes to color, it comes also to personal preference and what you want to achieve with the room. Some people love to live in that cozy, darker kind of color scheme or color palette, and that is good. However, since this color is very trending at the moment, for example, if you want to buy a sofa or an armchair, I would definitely always get a sample of the fabric you are going to introduce in your home and always test it. So let's say if we test this particular fabric, we can definitely see that is a taupe with a violet undertone. This fabric is from Warwick and it's called Malabar, Nougat, however you pronounce that. And what else would be really good with this neutral color palette, which is really beautiful, if you create that lovely monochromatic color scheme. So you go from really lightest of your taupes with the violet undertone to the darkest, and you can introduce them through different elements in your house. So, for example, one of those taupes in a lighter version that would pair up really well with this color, it's called Almond Swirl from Dulux. Beautiful color. It would work really well with this color palette. So that is something to consider. Externally, I would not install this color externally because, first of all, outside it would look 2 to 3 shades lighter. It will throw a lot of violet undertone. To me, externally looks dirty, and it's not your timeless color. When it comes to external color selection, you have to be very careful. You want to create a color palette that is timeless, because nothing is easily replaceable and everything is very, very costly, from the brick to the render to the windows. None of those items are easy to replace. So I would you can install it externally. I'm not saying you can't, but I wouldn't. I would not recommend it to my clients. Those are the colors that work really well internally, but externally I would personally stay away from it. And unless you have a brick that really has a lot of violet undertones, and then you want to have a brick, and usually those brown bricks would have a lot of violet undertones, and then you want one part of your house to have a facade, definitely then we would have to work, if you really want that brick, for example, but I would stay away even from those bricks, then yes, definitely we can work to match the color. But I have seen a lot of violet undertones on exterior, and I never ever liked it. And now that you can see how I'm reviewing color and the undertones that are coming through, you can start paying more attention when you drive through your neighborhood. You will really see a lot of different undertones popping through, and you might not like them. When it comes to the north facing room, this would be way too dark. However, again, depends of the mood, depends of the room. You can install it, it's not a problem. Again, just introduce a lot of artificial light in east, south and west facing room, especially if there's a lot of natural light. The color will bounce really well. It will still have the depth in it, but it will come to life. It will absorb a lot of light. So the more light you give it, it will absorb it, because it's in that darker category range. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it about this color that I wanted to tell you. Again, I have created lovely online course where I teach all about the color, undertones, what to look for, how to work with color and fix the elements, and especially how to work with neutrals. And that is it for this vlog, and I will see you in another one. Ciao for now.